Hello, everybody, and welcome to Early Access Podcast, episode 49. I'm your host, Angelo, and Windows 10 and Nvidia are ruining my life. Not really, but I've tried to upgrade to Windows 10 twice so far, and both times that I have done it, it seems that the drivers with my Nvidia video card aren't working quite right yet, so it just for some reason it puts so much strain on my CPU still, and so I've had to go back to 7 twice now. Hopefully it works out. There's an entire year here that you can upgrade to Windows 10, so I'm just gonna let it go until I see the signs or I read otherwise that maybe the drivers are working a little bit better. But for now, it's kind of pissing me off. But what are you gonna do, right? So for now, I'm just going to stick with Windows 7 because Windows 10 just isn't letting me stream. And, with doing the podcast videos and doing the live streaming and everything like that for reviews and everything, it's kind of hard to stay with Windows 10 when it's just not working for me. I know plenty of people hadn't had any problems with it yet, or haven't had any problems at all. So good for them. A lot of people seem isn't working, which is unfortunate because I do like what it's doing. I like the layout and everything like that. I like the Cortana addition to it and everything. But yeah, if you get the chance to upgrade. If it's not working for you, don't forget that you can easily revert back to Windows 7 or 8, whichever you used before, and then from there you can go forward. And we have a year to upgrade back to 10 again. So, what are you gonna do? So I changed the layout of the website because for some reason it just went and crapped out on me. I don't know what happened, so I had to redo everything and try to put everything back. That's what I get for using WordPress, I guess. It's still not optimal. I gotta tweak it again, but still good. All the videos are there. Everything's pretty much the same. I tried to mimic the old version as best I could. I might try to change it up, make it a little bit simpler. Seems there's a little bit going on, but I like it. But let's just start with what I've been playing. I had a couple days off, so I tried to get a couple decent playthroughs in. I got one review up, and I got 2 video reviews up. So the first game I played was this game called Empyrean, Galactic Survival. This came out the other day. I talked about it on the last episode. So this is a space survival game, much like the upcoming No Man's Sky. It's a sandbox game, though. So the biggest comparison to No Man's Sky is that the planets that you are on are procedurally generated, and you can leave those planets and go to other planets. As it sits right now, there's only 4 planets. However, the mechanics are all there. The game is actually a lot of fun. I put quite a few hours into it because with survival games like this, I generally don't have the chance to put that much time into it. But I wanted to make sure I did because it actually looked like a lot of fun. And with a 30 to 60 minute preview of a sandbox, like a World Sandbox game, it's kind of hard to get everything down, so I try not to even review them. But this one, it looked good. It reminded me of No Man's Sky, which is coming out, which I'm kind of anticipating. So basically, you are marooned on a planet. You have to survive, basically. So you have, you got your health, and you got food and oxygen you have to take care of. There's no water. There is water in the game, but you use that for crafting and stuff. There is no need to drink water. So you start and build a base. That's your first thing you want to do. Once you build the base, you want to build a ship that'll let you get off of that planet to go find resources in other places. And then what you can do is, from there, once you build your first space vehicle and you get you need certain materials from other planets, you bring them back to your base, and from there you can start crafting stuff to build a bigger ship in space. So you take all the materials, you go up into space, and you build basically a giant battleship. It's really cool. I think already there's a lot of promise here. Currently, the only multiplayer in it is peer-to-peer, so you need somebody's IP to do it. Um, Go check it out if you're looking for another like a survival game. It's already got 376 reviews, of which 86% are positive. As long as it keeps progressing in the way it's going, I can't imagine like this game not being a lot of just a lot of fun, especially if it ever hits a multiplayer aspect. You got crafting, you got farming, you got space travel, and it actually works really well. You build your ship, you have to place the thrusters on it, you fly out of the out of orbit, you come back. I mean, it's really cool. You have to fly between the planets, you have to enter the planets, you have to repair your ship. I can't recommend it enough. Go check it out. It is 10% off right now. It's $16.19 for the next 5 days or so, 3 days or so. So yeah, Empyrean Galactic Survival, and go check out that video I did for it, the review video. It gives you a good idea of what to do at the beginning, because there's really no good tutorial. It is early access, so there's just a lot of information that's lacking that could be a little better at telling you what it is. But a little bit of Google searching and going onto the forums on Steam answered most of my questions that I was able to figure out, and then everything else was just a matter of trial and error. But you don't want to waste too much resources. You just Google it. Some of the stuff you don't want to waste your time doing something to find out that it's that you're building the wrong thing or something, which can happen. So make sure you go check out my video. It's more of like a review tutorial, which is something I've never done before, but it's kind of cool. So this other game I picked up. Well, I didn't pick it up. I got this a while ago. I didn't get a chance to review it until I had the time off this week. To fit it into my schedule of games that were coming out, since I had missed the window on this one because I got it after it released. This game's called Galliganzilin. It's a shoot 'em up, kind of like Galaga, any shooter, space shooter. So you have a little spaceship. There's 25 levels. Let's see, it's got 16 reviews, 93% positive. It is $4.99. Now, this was a game made for Otronicon Game Jam in 36 hours, which is kind of impressive. What's more impressive is it was made by a 13-year-old. It might have been a 14-year-old. I don't know. I see different ages in different things that I've read about it. So, it's a shoot 'em up. It's okay. It's okay. It's a decent game. If you're looking for a shoot 'em up, you want to support a young indie developer. It's only $5, and there's far worse shoot 'em ups out there. It is a little hectic. It's a little bit sloppy, I think, but it plays all right. The controls could be tightened up. I feel like the way the thrusters work and the hitboxes on some of the enemies might be a little bit off, but it's still worth checking out. If you like shoot 'em ups, you might enjoy it. So, and it's only $5, and you're supporting, a young indie developer who knows, might make the next big thing. You never know. That's all I've played since the last episode. I put a lot of time into Empyrean, and got a review written for that. So I wanted to spend some time with that over the past couple days. That, and I shitload of Rocket League. I can't stop playing that fucking game. So we're just gonna hit on what has come out in early access, and the first game is called The Ritual on Waylon Island. Now, I actually got a key for this today, like earlier today. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but I will be getting a review up for it shortly, within the next few days. So The Ritual on Waylon Island is a first-person survival horror story where you play as a female. It's a story-driven game, but it's a female protagonist, which I know people tend to like because it's different. There's not too many strong female characters out there. So it's $9.99. It's got 5 reviews right now, all of which are positive. So it looks like it looks cool. it's got a nice ambiance. I won't know until I sit down and play it. I mean, I'm basing all this off of just the trailer. So if you watch the trailer, it's got a nice feel. It's got a nice look. It's dark. You're on an island. It's it's a horror story. You're first person. It's non-combat, so there's no combat. I don't know how the survival aspect ties in because there's looking at the video of the trailer. There's no HUD elements, so I don't know what the survival stuff is other than maybe like running for your life or something. I'm assuming you're gonna be, solving puzzles, trying to figure out what happened on this island. It looks pretty neat though, and it's $10. There's one video up, and a lengthy review that's just a bunch of blocks of text, which I hate personally. 300-400 words is usually enough to get your point across, but this is like block. It's like 15 paragraphs of just dense text. But yeah, I mean, keep an eye out. I'll put up a link on my, I'll put up a review on the website, or follow me on Twitter, Early Access PC. If you're on Twitter, I will tweet out whenever that goes out. But I will try to get a review of that soon. All right, this next game is called Putrefaction. It's got 30 reviews. It is positive with 83%. It is $5, but it's 33% off until the 14th, so it's $334 right now at 33% off. So this is a first-person old-school shooter. Looks a lot like Diablo, but old school meets new school. It's better graphics. It's not as blocky as the original Diablo, but it's more akin to Diablo 2, 3. It just looks like a gory shooter. Came out 2 days ago. People seem to like it decent enough, and it's only $3. So even if you only get a couple hours out of it and just blowing zombies off, as long as the first-person shooter part of it works, it's totally worth checking out. Oh, and this isn't early access, which I don't know how it made it onto my list, but it is an indie game, and sometimes that happens. But yeah, for $3, go check it out. It's only $3. This next game is called Close Order. Now, Close Order has 2 reviews. Both of them are positive. It came out the 7th as well. It is $7, 30% off, $4.89. And this is a weird game to explain based on just the trailer. So basically, it's a arcade shooter where you have, let's see, enemies parts build up in an armada of ships. So basically, you're creating an army of ships. So think of it like where you would have your one ship in most shoot 'em ups. Well, as you progress through the story, it looks like you destroy other ships, collect them, add them to your armada, and from what it looks like, it makes like a diamond. So you have multiple ships shooting, and they actually act as your shield, kind of, which is really kind of cool. So go check that out. It's less than $5 right now. If I get in touch with them, I will definitely play it because it looks really cool. The reviews come from, some of the little snippet reviews. You got Phil Spencer, who's the head of Xbox, talking about how he needs to play more to build up his armada. Randy Pitchford, who's the president of Gearbox, said it was really cool, and it does. It looks really cool. It's a neat concept. I always like when indie games have cool concepts like that, so go check that out. Alright, so the next game is called Tick, the time-based puzzle game. This has got 2 reviews. They are mixed, so one positive, one negative. 25% off, it's $4, so it's $3 right now. And from what I gather, it's a weird puzzle game. I couldn't really figure it out. Trying to... Okay, so you got a circle, and you're trying to light up other circles on a grid and not hit other things. I don't know, it's really weird. Go check out the video. It's hard to explain. exactly what's happening for the puzzle aspect of it. It looks kind of neat. I'm kind of curious what the negative review is. It says the main screen is cut off half the times when I try to continue from my last stage. It goes back to the main screen. So it sounds like it's got some bugs. So maybe that negative review might not be warranted just yet. Probably should have went to the forums first and saw if the developer had a fix for him, which they probably did, or they could have fixed it. So go check that out if you want to play a good puzzle game. I want to skip to this one first. After that, because it's another game with tick in the title, which is odd. 2 games with tick in the title, but this one's called Tock Tower. It's got 7 reviews, 85% positive. It is $8, 10% off, so $7.19, and it is an action-packed puzzle platforming game, pixel art style platformer. That's all I got for it. Looks like a platformer. It's a pixel art style platformer puzzle game. Yeah, go check it out if you like puzzle games. It doesn't look like it has anything different about it. What is this? He brought, what are you writing? I'm assuming time has something to do with it. There's probably a slowing down time or a replaying time mechanic. So go check that out. It's relatively cheap. I'm sure there's videos out there to give you an idea about it. Alright, this next game is called Super Trench Attack 2. This is got 4 reviews, all positive. It came out the 6th of August. It's $7, and it is a survival turn-based, squad-based action game, strategy action game. So it looks reminds me of old RPGs. You got a little point and click guys, you're running around. Kind of reminds me of similar animations to God, I will remember the game, but for the life of me I can't remember it right now. Metal Slug, that's what it reminds me of. The animation, the art style looks like Metal Slug. It's got this weird purpley hue. I don't know what that's all about. Not my preference, but what do I know? Alright, so the last game is this game called Burst Fire. Now, Burst Fire came out August 6th. It's $15, 10% off, though, until the 13th of August, so it's $13.50. Mostly positive, 103 reviews, 74% positive. It's a first-person tactical shooter. Apparently, it's a lot like the new Rainbow Six, I think it's Siege, coming out. Let me see. Somebody mentions it somewhere. Games in a couple months before it. Yeah, so it's a first-person tactical game, just like Rainbow Six Siege, which is coming out soon. So you can like breach walls and stuff like that. Reading one of the negative reviews, this company is the same company responsible for. Let's see. I mean, people are mad. It's like a Rainbow Six rip-off, is what this guy says. Then I started the Robot Intel Gatherings. Game looks like shit. Textures muddy. Game runs bad on high settings. Apparently, this publisher is responsible for other games that like launch right before other games to, I guess, buy in, like leech off of the popularity of those games that are coming out. I don't see anything wrong with that. Every game, like everything, does that. Movies do it. And you get some really dumb, good movies out of it. Most of the stuff on Sci-Fi, like Transmorphers, which was a Transformers knockoff. There's a lot of that out there, so I don't really mind that too much. It looks like a first-person shooter, tactical first-person shooter. So if it's, if it plays well, I mean, people seem to be enjoying it. 74% of the reviews are positive. So whatever. If it works, it works, and it's only $15. So if you're looking for another first-person shooter, that other people want to play, then go check it out. I don't understand why people would be mad that it's like a cheaper version of Rainbow Six Siege. Like, everybody doesn't have $100 million to spend on a AAA title. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Yeah, relatively short for this one. Yeah, I only played a couple games, and it is the weekend. Most games don't really come out, so I only had a handful there. Um, but as usual, follow me on Twitter, Early Access PC, to see whenever I go live on Twitch, because I am consistently inconsistent with when I stream. Um, Click through the Amazon banner on the website if you want to support the show. Every purchase helps, and like, share, comment, tell your friends. If your friends are in indie games and you find some stuff here that they might not know about, point them in the direction of the site, earlyaccessmedia.com. But that's going to do it, guys. I want to thank you again for listening, and I will see you. I'm bad at this. I only do it 2 days a week. I'll see you this Thursday. Have a good start of your week, and keep gaming, guys.